Good morning dear students, welcome back. After Onam vacations we are back, isn't it? So today we are going to discuss the last section of our chapter, that is already we discussed on the basis of appearance, hardness. We can classify the materials into two. On the basis of appearance, dull and shine objects. On the basis of hardness, hard or soft objects. Now we are going to discuss to classify on the basis of solubility. How much a substance will mix in the water. So when your mother is preparing tea, what happens? She will put some sugar into that and she will stir it with a spoon. After some time that sugar is disappeared from that water or tea, isn't it? It is mixed with the water, hence when we take in that tea, we will feel the sugar inside the water. So it mixes completely, it is completely disappeared. Similarly, if we put some salt into curry or somewhere, we can't see that salt anywhere. It will be mixed completely. But at the same time, the vegetables that we put into the curry, would they disappear? No, not at all, isn't it? So some of them will not mix with the water, some of them mixes completely. These substances are called soluble substances, and those who do not mix with water are called insoluble substances. For example, in your home you can also perform that. Take some salt and add that into a water, stir it well with a spoon or your finger itself. You can see after some time the salt will completely disappear if it is added in a required amount. If you add more, what happens? At a time, the salt will stop dissolving because it is dissolved to the maximum extent. To the maximum extent. Such a solution is called saturated solution. If you are putting more amount of substance and it is dissolved to the maximum amount, such a substance is called saturated substance, saturated mixture. Here, so we can classify the material into two, that is soluble substances and insoluble substance. If I have given you two examples, one is salt and other one is a wood piece. Salt will belong to which category? Obviously soluble. What about the wood piece? It will belong to the category insoluble substance. So hope you understood the section. Based on solubility, we can classify the material into two, soluble and insoluble substances. Soluble substances mixes well and insoluble substances does not mix well. See in the textbook, you can see in activity 5. So here you have to take a glass tumbler and it should be filled half with the water, and you have to add these substances one by one. You can see only some of the substances will mix with the water. For example, if you add oil to the water, what happens? Oil will be staying upside on the top side of the water. That will not mix with the water. And also some other substances. Maybe you have seen petrol somewhere. If it is gone somewhere outside while it is raining, we can see a rainbow shade there, isn't it? That is that petrol will be staying in the top side of this water. It will not be going down. So this will not mix well with the water. So you can fill that activity column by your knowledge itself. Some of them may not be available for you, even though by using your brain you can check, you can write whether it mixes well or not. Okay, then now next topic, float or sink. What is meant by floating? If we put any substance into the water, if it is coming to the surface of the water, if there is a bowl full of water, and if you put any substance and the substance come to the surface of the water, the substance is said to be float in the water. And if it goes down and stay here, it is said to be sinking in water. So some of the substances will float in water and some of them will be sinking in water. Heavier objects will be sinking down and lighter objects will be floating in the water. For example, a wood piece or a paper. Maybe you have made these paper boats, they will be floating in water, isn't it? At the same time, when we make a paper bowl and put it in the water, maybe it goes down. If we put some rice into the water, it will be going down to the water, but those damaged rice particles will be coming to the upside. If there is any small insects that already died in that rise, that also will be coming to the upside. They will be floating. So based on this floating or sinking, based on how they act in the water, we can classify the substance as those who float and those who sink. When we put this chalk into the water, what happens? It will go down. But at the same time, when we put a wooden piece, it will be floating in water. That's why we are using wood to produce or to create boards. That is, it can sink in the water, it can float in the water. Even though it is very heavy, its altogether weight, that is called density, you will study it later. Its density is lesser than water. That is why it is floating in water, even though wooden piece is very heavy. If we consider a chalk and a wooden piece, maybe wooden piece will be very heavy, but even though it will be floating in the water, that is due to the less density, the word density. Don't be confused in this topic. Density you will study later. What is density? Okay, due to its less density, it will be floating up and the chalk piece will be going down due to the high density of this chalk piece. Okay, right. And last topic is transparent, translucent and opaque. Before moving to that thing, you can see here a picture. Page number 31. You can see some objects are floating in water and some objects are sinking in water. This you can see here. Now to the last topic, transparent, translucent and opaque objects. You are very familiar with this topic. Every year we are studying, from 3rd standard onwards we are studying what is transparent, what is translucent and what is opaque, and its examples also. So an object that allow the passage of light through them completely is called transparent object. Example: glass, water, air. These are the substances which allow the complete passage of light through them, isn't it? If we put a glass piece here, we can see both the sides. If it is a plain glass, not mirror but a glass. And also air. Here we have air in front of me and you. I can see the camera that is placed in front of me because this air is transparent. The light will pass through this air. And also water also. If anything is placed on the side of the bucket, in the bottom side of a bucket, we can see it clearly, very clearly, because water is a transparent substance. Now what is translucent? Which allow partial passage of light. Substances which allow partial passage of light. For example, oil paper. You know what is oil paper or tracing paper? That is tracing paper. To draw, to make sketch of something, we will be using this oil paper or sketch papers. We have done a test for fat. In that chapter we have done test for fat. In that time we made a paper that is oily, and when we look through that oily page we can see the other side, not very clearly but faintly we can see. So it allows the passage of light partially. They are called translucent object. What is opaque object? As like this chalk, I can't see what is placed here. If I put a dot here, I can't see that because it does not allow the passage of light at all. So that objects are called opaque objects. Example: stone, then wood, etc. Many examples. Even this board, I can't see to the other class because this board is placed here, or there is some wall here that does not pass the light to the other side because the wall is made up of stone and cement. That does not allow the passage of light, hence they are coming in the category opaque object. So listen very carefully. Today we studied 3 sections: soluble and insoluble, floating and sinking, and last one, through the passage of light we classify the substances into transparent, translucent and opaque objects. Okay, right? Here you have one activity 6. Just read the activity 6 that I have already explained here and go through the chapter very well. Start reading from the first page of the chapter, that is 26th page, to the 32nd page. Read it very well. Read the summary points also. If you have any doubt in this chapter, you can ask me. The chapter is all about separating of substances based on some properties: appearance, hardness, solubility, then properties in water, floating or sinking, then according to the passage of light, transparent, translucent and opaque objects. Hope this chapter is very much clear for you. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.